Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is January 10. Few days before, Jensen Huangs, right, the CEO of NVIDIA, he had a speech in Los Angeles CES, right? Actually, that speech doesn't help a lot on NVIDIA's own share price, right? And he mentioned something about quantum computing. And then actually the quantum computing has some other stocks that rise up quite fierily, right? Quite fierily in past 1 or 2 weeks, right? But after the speech of Jensen Huang, then especially for RIGETTI stock, right, falls nearly 45%, right? But actually, this stock been rising up crazily in the past 2 weeks. Then I don't know about much about quantum computing, right? Actually, I don't think a lot of people know about quantum computing. We heard a lot of that, right? Even China been announced that this will be very fast. All I can know is that this is going to be very, very fast, right? And then it can crack the cryptocurrency, especially for Bitcoin, right? But after I have explained that maybe the technology then is very advanced, but we need to have to put it into usage by common people, right? It's like AI, right? AI is very, very fast, right? Can do a lot of jobs. But if only a specialty of people can use it, and not all the people, then it will not be fired, right? But now then, a lot of people can use it because the AI is on your cell phone, right? On your cell phone, on a lot of company, and maybe then later on the Apple Watch have the AI, right? The Samsung Galaxy Watch has the AI. Then it's integrated into the normal life of people. Then it will become worth a lot of money, right? But not only just a name, right? Quantum computing, to me, is very mysterious. I read some books about that, but I still don't get it. What's it about, right? What's the idea of that, right? I don't know. Just know that it's very fast, right? And the formula, something like that. A lot of those knowledge that I cannot understand, right? But the point is like that is with then that kind of thing of the stock crazy wise up, then we call it just speculation, right? It's not based on something that we can touch, we will use every day, right? So we will talk about that, right? Our Falcon portfolio been 73 months already, right? And then rise at 125 points, right? So any of you then have any idea or ask me anything, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. I just take some pictures, then when we look at it, then we think it is quite advanced, something like that. It's not, I don't know if it is related to quantum computing or not, right? So our title is RIGETTI Stock Falls After Jensen Huang's Speech. Actually, RIGETTI, this company is quite young. It was established on 2013, just 11 years, right? You can still call it a startup, right? I don't know. Then I don't know the clear cut of a startup, how many years, right? But I think that you can still call it a startup, right? Okay. Yesterday Dow Jones Index been raised at 106 points, right? Closed at 42,635 points. Nasdaq dropped it, right? Nearly no movement, right? Dropped at 10.8 points, right? And closed at 19,478 points. Our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, then this year we still don't have any increment, right? Because just few days, right? And our performance is 125%, right? Okay, we go through some headlines first, right? Actually, then I think you guys know that in past few months, Sensex or the Indian stock market dropped it a lot, right? It dropped a lot. The Sensex index dropped it from 85,000 to 78,000, dropped at 7,000 points, right? That is Nifty 50, right? And the point is like that because the earning disappoint, right? A lot of earning disappoints, and the investor then they estimate for this year, right? For this year, 2025, Nifty 50, then the increment will down from 15% to only 5%. 5%, right? 5% is very less, right? And actually, Nifty 50 ended last year on 26 and 500 points, right? And they burst down, think that then it will up 30% from current level. I don't know, right? But you can see the figure then is very low, right? Actually, then you can see that down from 26,000 to 23,600 only, right? Ubisoft, I paid a lot of games from Ubisoft, no matter it's on a Steam or on PlayStation, right? And we know that the situation of Ubisoft now is very bad, right? The stock price been dropped from 100 euro to 12, right? In these few years, right? In this 5 or 6 years, and it's tragedy, right? And actually, then Gillimon family then established Ubisoft 40 years before, right? And then they are thinking a way that I think is to selling the stake, right, to some investor, right, to extract the best value for the stakeholders, right? That means for the shareholders, right? Shareholders or the stakeholders, right? We will come to that in few news later. South Korea, very bad, right? You can see that the Kospi still dropping, right? And then we know that now the police department is going to arrest the president, right? And then a lot of people crowded there, then they can go in, but this is continuing, right? So very bad the situation for South Korea. As we expected, China central bank suspends the treasury bond. Of course, right? Of course, because then the treasury bond then should be, right? Should be bought by foreign investors, right? Not by their own country's banks, right? But because today then no investment is good then for the local bank in China or the insurance company, so they all invest and buy in the treasury bond, no matter the interest rate is only 1.7%, right? But if like that, then there's no use to the country, right? No use to that, right? Because then the right hand bought the treasury bond from the left hand, right? That's no use, right? So China Central Bank suddenly said that short supply of the bonds. It will never short supply of the bonds, right? They can issue it again, and then stop it, right? And then it said that it will resume it after the demand is comes back, right? Actually, the demand is there, right? But the demand is not from the foreign investor. The demand is from inside the country, right? That is so funny, right? Goes back to Ubisoft, right? Actually, she is very famous for what? For open world, right? Open world. But a lot of games from them does not have big surprise for us, right? I just played the Avatar, Pandora, right? That is a good game, but the game is just something like Far Cry before. I don't see any big improvement on that, right? And then there are a lot of good games come out, and then the profit from Ubisoft then been eaten up by PlayStation, Xbox for monthly paid user, right? A lot of that, right? So actually, Ubisoft then we know that doing a game is not easy. That's not easy doing a game, right? And then you pay a lot, invest a lot, but you never know that it will sell good or not unless it's launched. But at the time, it may be too late, right? So that's the reality. Is like that, right? So with the shares at 10 years low, there is a new game from Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? But there are already a lot of dispute on the race of the main character, right? I don't know, right? I don't know that, right? So we'll see then if Ubisoft may sell the company or anything new come up to us. Finally, billionaire Frank McCoy then has the intention to buy the stake of TikTok, right? We know that the ban from the Supreme Court, right? But I don't think that TikTok will sell because a lot of things inside TikTok cannot be exposed, right? Have to keep it under the water. So I think that TikTok eventually then she will have hearing in today, have a hearing today, right? For to the Supreme Court. I don't think that will be successful and change anything, right? I think at the end of the day, then TikTok will be erased from the iOS and the Android store on January 19th, right? I think that's the case, right? Maybe Trump can do something, but I think that will be inevitable, right? Then for RIGETTI, then you can see that RIGETTI computing was found in 2013 by Chad RIGETTI, physicist, right? Physicist, right? That means that he is very skillful in physics, right? With a background in the quantum computers in IBM before, right? Clearly see that, right? Actually, RIGETTI been down to very low, about I think it's less than $1. I think less than $1 1 year before, and then rised to $20, and now dropped it back to $10, right? And the market cap is very small, just 2.4 billion US dollar. Very small. Oh, 52-week low is 66 cents only. Right? Actually, Jensen Huang on the CES, that should be in Los Angeles, right? And he clearly said that. But actually, I don't know if Jensen Huang knows anything about the quantum computing, right? That's two different things, right? He is doing on semiconductor GPU, but quantum computing is another thing, right? And he said that this kind of quantum computing can only be very useful after 15 years, right? And he even said that if you said 30, it's probably on the late side, right? That means he may suggest this quantum computing may be very useful from 15 years to 30 years, right? And then a lot of people that retrieved it, right? Because that is too long time ago, right? That's too long time, right? 15 years, right? Actually, 15 years before, NVIDIA is just a very normal GPU producer, right? No need to say 15 years before, 5 years before, right? NVIDIA is just very normal GPU producer. That's it, right? Not even about for the foundry, right? But now then he becomes the richest man, right? Something like that, right? And we can see that the revenue growth, right, for past 1.5 years for RIGETTI is just not. Sometimes one day is here, one quarter is here, then one quarter then disappear, right? It's not constant, right? You cannot assume what he is doing on the revenue. You can see that sometimes rise 56% and then 2 quarters later then dropped it by 44%, right? RIGETTI computing, then what he is doing is chip manufacturing, sales of QPU, that means quantum and then GPU, right, processing unit, and use of the quantum computer through internet and then quantum software platform. I doubt that then he manufactured the chips, sales of QPU, right? I never heard of that, right? Sales of QPU, I only heard GPU, CPU, right? And I think that that's true for use of their quantum computer, of course, then, right? Then you subscribe and then use their platform, right? That's it, right? But I don't think that they have any chip manufacturing. I don't think so, right? Because that involves a lot of money. Then we can see Intel is a good example. And this is, I think, is on their annual report, right? Then superconducting processor, control system, software, and chip design, then something that we don't understand. We just know that quantum computing is very, very fast, right? And this also another one that I get from the report, then I don't understand what it is, right? It's quite something that we don't understand. Sometimes it's very valuable in the market, right? Because you don't understand, right? And this is very powerful, right? It's the future of the human, but we don't understand, right? We don't understand what it is, right? And we can see that the revenue, this is in thousand, not in million, right? This is just the revenue is 8 million US dollar for the past 9 months, right? The unit is in thousand, not in million US dollar, right? But the selling, general and administrative is 18 million US dollar. Is this the salary of the boss? I don't know, right? So it makes up to, and the research and development is 36 million US dollar. It's much more than the revenue. Then make the loss from the operation is 50 million US dollar. Nearly same as 1 year before in the same 9 months, right? And their money, I think a lot of money came from when they go public, right, few years before, right? And available for sales investment are treasury bonds, right? I'll show you later. And we have a quick look on the financial performance, right? That is for the period ending end of July last year. So we jump from 9 months to 3 months, right? That means a quarter, right? July, August, and September. The revenue the same, worse than 1 year before. And you can see that the revenue, the same happened here. The revenue is 2.3 million US dollar. And the selling, general, and administrative is 5.7 million US dollar, a double. Where do you get the money from, right? and then the net loss is 14 million US dollar, much bigger than the revenue, 7 times bigger than the revenue. What happened, right? So we cannot invest in this company at this moment, right? And then suddenly, right, the balance sheet is okay. Right? Can you imagine that? The balance sheet is okay. We can see the current asset is 103 million US dollar, right? And the total liability is only 34 million US dollar, right? And the thing is, the money came from the available for the sales investment, right? And that is the treasury bonds, right? I think they get this money from when they go public listed. The same, right? Net cash used in operating activity then is 42 used, right? Is 42 million US dollar, right? A little bit higher than 1 year before, which is 38 million US dollar. Still no good to me. So we can see that, right? A lot of what she mean for available for sale investment is the treasury securities, agency bonds, corporate bonds, right? A lot of money there already, 78.5 million US dollar, right? So I don't think that actually we can invest in that company. No PE and the earnings per share is a negative, right? And then something. I think that eventually then she will drop back to less than $1, right? When the time is over. It happened a lot of times before, right? It happened so many times before. Then when the time is over, the speculation is over, then all gone, right? I don't know that if I will survive still alive after 15 years. I don't know, right? Actually, I think I have a better chance than JENSEN Huang because he is a little bit older than me, right? But it doesn't matter, right? So that's the case, right? Avoid this kind of thing. If you want to buy it, then you should run away very quickly when you get the profit, right? Don't stay there, then you will lose everything. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and then like, comment, share, and subscribe are appreciated, right? Thank you for watching, and this is Friday. I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you guys on next Friday. Bye bye.